A lot of the time I'm not playing with the team enough.
It was really confusing because they were talking to me and they opened up a Blizzard chat thing, a voice chat thing.
Yep.
Still there? Okay.
Swap a bagel and Rondo. Okay. I guess Rez really wants to Zarya?
Who the fuck knows?
Who the hell's Brandon Rake? Thank you, friend.
Now entering King's Row.
Think Team 40 will run any Brigitte?
Probably not yet. They haven't talked strategy enough with her.
Seems pretty good for like this point if you want to run triple support, triple tank.
Yeah.
Probably Zarya Diva.
Death Ball is good for her, so.
Looks like we might have a Widow v Widow going on. Team 40's late to pick heroes. Figure like whoever shot caller would already know what they typically run on this.
Alright. Well, they are running.
They are running, okay. But they're not running the Zarya, that makes it super strong.
Yeah, they should be having...
Like Reinhardt has 3 healers, yeah.
They should have had Rondo in for Grape, and then they would have had the Zarya. The fuck? Come on, guys.
So like without the Zarya, Shields, Bagel can't play as aggressive, so I guess they wanted more heals. Enemy team is running something. It's like they have Wood modified dive, but instead of having any damage to follow for the tanks, they had Reaper. I guess Mercy pockets Reaper too? Or Reaper is just left on his own.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Can I have Tracer gotta add you tomorrow? Just so.
Yeah, that sounds fun. They use Bubble already because he gets hit by a trap. They're going through a hotel against Junkrat. That should not end well for them. The Genji's on a flank. I don't think anyone's calling it out.
Yeah,
Widow has noticed, however, and yeah, it's a clean sweep. Alright, Great Bull build tire halfway through this fight. If the fight's not decided, he should use it basically immediately. As Rusty keeps pointing out to Lakota, use it as like a cooldown as soon as they come in.
Yep.
Widow didn't have much to do there. They have a Doomfist now instead of a Widow. It doesn't seem like they're looking to play together at all, they're just trying to get picks. And I don't think...
Them being Solitude?
Yeah. Which isn't going to work, I think. Rez is in the middle of fucking nowhere. What has happened here?
I don't know, man.
Okay, I'm gonna have to watch that again, because like, the Doomfist got killed instantly. And then...
The problem is I was kind of staring at Sorry, so I didn't...
And then yeah, then Sorry, that's what happened. When they would dive Sorry, I went to look. I guess the tanks got Junkrat somehow? And Dirty Rez, I saw he was in the middle of like 4 people.
He was like out by statue, so that was not a good position.
It had to have been the Diva Winston got like Grape early. Because people weren't paying attention. They're still holding this corner as 5. They should lose this despite the ult. Like, they're going in with the ult, but only 2 of them are. Bagel's dead. Dirty Rez is dead. Diva Bomb was unnecessary, but whatever. Pick up the Doomfist, but they don't have the momentum. The tire might kill it? That's a bad tire. Okay. They need to regroup, because they're trying to contest this payload still.
I assume you told Grape to use ult on cooldown before.
I don't know if I have. Yeah, they're still up here. Bagel's now back. Sorry, I didn't notice the Doomfist. He played on the wrong high ground. We're blowing a lot of ults here. Both trenches come out like a little too late to save the people they were aimed for, but Team 40 is going to pick this back up. It looks like they want to press forward.
Still a Doomfist behind him.
Yeah, he's unchecked. I guess the swap was fine because the team's not calling him out or being coordinated enough. They have a Pharah. That's yeah. They haven't kept track of this Doomfist. Does he get anyone? They should have been able to hear him downstairs. At least Grape should have been able to.
Yeah, that
Rez notices him. Rez did not notice him. Rez is dead. Or not. Okay.
Okay. I guess he slammed him into the wall.
Yeah, just missed it. The Winston should. Yeah. 2-for-1 ult exchange. This Visor's not going to get anything because Soldier's actually really bad sometimes on this map. Streets is like awful for Soldier. He has to get like flank high ground position or it just doesn't really work. His sightlines are like awful. People are just pressing Q at the most random fucking times.
Wait, how did he? What? He landed downstairs? Weird.
Doomfist? Yeah, you can like follow basically entryways to get where you want. So if you want to go upstairs, you have to follow like a ramp up or down to get where you want, I think. I don't know, Robin's the Doomfish main. It's a weird position by Solitude.
That was pretty good slam.
Yeah, that was good. Anything that can just win the fight is good. Now they need to push to get the rest of them.
Oh, I need to send Bagel.
They're not going to push.
Yeah, I should have been.
They need to build Visor here. Like, they need to be aggressing forward. I guess they're worried about the Doomfist back cap. No, I think I'm giving them too much credit for that. They're not. They're just like, oh, we won the fight. What are we doing next? Instead of like taking their advantage to the bank. Doomfist still lurk. How does the Doomfist get there without anyone noticing?
Oh, what?
The Doomfist is basically.
I see where he is now.
He's constantly flanked.
Well, this is
60
Does he get great?
unsurprising. For to lack the awareness.
No, he doesn't get great. Alright, he gets just destroyed. Now they're down one. If he had waited for his like tanks to engage, that would be great. Where are you going with this tire, Grape? Are you only going for one person? Okay. I guess, yeah. Yeah, that turned out better than I thought it was going to. I would have just traded for one person during trance and been happy. He's like, nah, I got 2.
Greedy.
Now that Zenyatta has armor though, like Lyrhis is like untouchable. That's the scary thing.
I was playing Retribution earlier with Saba.
Yeah.
And we did it with like any heroes, right? So and we were playing on easy mode. I'll let you talk through this.
Bunch of people pressing Q. It's not that. There's no way Lyrhis trances here, right? I guess the slam can turn it, but Sari's just behind them all. Feel like they lost too many early for this to work out for them?
I mean,
Nope, their Pharah did nothing and Sari's still behind them.
Sorry being behind them.
I guess I kind of wish they didn't. It would have fine if he like retreated briefly for this regroup that was coming in. Because if he was alive now instead of when he was firing and dying, that would have been huge. Respawns are coming in. Does the Mercy get a res off? Alright, never mind. T40's gonna have this.
That's it. That last.
They did a thing real quick where like she committed herself to a trance, but like they weren't contesting payload during it. So like if they were going to take that fight, she just needed to trance sooner and let Bagel build her ult.
Oh shit.
Oh Jesus.
What the
Oh
hell?
Lord. Did you not turn off all maps or something?
I forgot.
So there you are in Retribution, all heroes.
Now entering King's Row.
Alright, so Retribution All Heroes. So we were playing on super easy mode and just screwing around. He played Brigitte and I played Zen. And at the end of the game, after a couple ults, I think I had like, and there was a Torbjorn too. I think I had like 600 something health. With all the armor that was stacking.
I think the first Retribution I did, I was Reaper for some reason. And like our teammates were a Brigitte, Symmetra, and like a Pharah. And the Symmetra was just like unkillable. Even on hard mode, she would just like put down shield gen whenever we went to a new zone and suddenly she had like all the health in the world. It was kind of disgusting actually. So what I saw from Team 40 there was a couple times they won the fight with like an ultimate, but they didn't push up to collect the rest of them, so they could have had a better grasp of their ult economy there. There were a couple messy fights where like people on the flank that didn't actually materialize. I'm not really sure how they lost first point. I assume someone must have died to just the tanks because the three healers weren't paying attention. I feel like it had to have been Grape to die because otherwise he would have built tired.
Really early.
Yeah, I'm not sure to what.
Rez was out at statue for some reason and died.
Yeah, he originally stunned the Doomfist, and I know the Doomfist got rezzed at one point. He might have gone to try to prevent that resurrection.
4, 3, 2,
So it was great playing here.
attackers
Reaper, okay.
defend objective A.
I mean, they have decent healing, but
Yeah, I'm not too disappointed. I think they could run something that works a bit better together. They don't have the shield break.
They're letting him the Mercy right there.
Yeah.
Bagel could have charged that.
Wow, that Ryan got away with that shit.
Yeah. Well, Sari's doing work.
Yeah, he is. Well, they cleaned everyone. That's nice. That was quick.
Yeah.
I wonder if our Brigitte had like her shield bash down because she got charged.
Objective
It's kind of weird to me. So who are they gonna leave on the payload? I guess it's boat mode? That seems weird. I feel like you want your Moira with you.
Yeah, they don't really have anyone really just sitting there.
Grape just teleported in the face of a fucking Widowmaker.
That's very great.
They need to back the fuck up here. They're down
They're
one.
down Sari.
And then they're
Grape
down
is,
whoever's
like,
on payload
no health,
too.
And then Moira is like on payload. So.
Yeah, this is not as safe a push-up as you want. What are we looking ult-wise? Both teams have Shatter. Wait for Bagel to drop shield and then everyone gets shattered. Hey! During boat mode's coalescence too. And the counter shatter. Solitude is taking this fight on the payload at least, so it wasn't pushing. They might get another contester despite losing this fight. What is the Mercy doing? Oh jeez. The Mercy's contesting it even further. That's actually pretty good. Will she get out? She won't. She will not get out.
She's gonna die for that.
But the rest of her team might regroup in time. They only have high noon, so they're unlikely to
40
win
needs to
it.
be pushed up.
Yeah, they need to be jumping this. Just leave one on payload. Bagel has the right idea.
He's really far. And sorry.
Widow has the right idea. They're not gonna be able to touch. They needed like a Lucio and for the enemy Reinhardt to not hold shield the entire way. That's pretty good. I feel like he definitely should have been called out, but alright, still no ults from Solitude. Lyra should just like initiate this as soon as possible. Seems fine. Rez can't die. He's actually unkillable. Just grab now. Grab. Last fight.
I guess he wants to grab him off point when they try to recontest.
I mean, he should just grab an entrance now, too. You could just do that. There you go. Like, I see what he's trying to do, but if you're winning that fight and you're that close, you can just crush it from there. They won't get a recontest. Like, imagine if they were split there, he can't grab one of them, one of the people, and then, like, a Tracer stalls for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
At the very least, he, like, saves his team 10 seconds if they were to play continual rounds. But that seemed pretty straightforward for Team 40. Wasn't a huge fan of their ult economy. Oasis, okay. We seem to have our notes. Are you doing, yeah, score to win 3. Nice.
Of course.
You should not have questioned.
Coming in. Well, I freaking forgot to turn off the other maps earlier. I just went to King's Row and I didn't even think about it because I'm so used to starting on King's Row for everything! Every single scrim.
Man, Abu is almost Grandmaster. He's 21 points off now.
Yeah, well, we keep making fun of him for it.
Really? He's nuts, dude.
It's
I don't
like
know how he dropped to like 3,500 midway through his climb. But he's really good.
40. Hello. Are you guys ready?
I assume they're discussing something. Do I get to see Dive here?
Welcome to Oasis.
No, it's this stupid map. Fuck.
I'm gonna run and get a sweatshirt quick. I'll be back in a moment.
Alright, so I'm expecting Death Ball in this map. Triple tank does well. Quad tank's okay, but like Junkrat's pretty good. Zarya's pretty good. If they ran triple tank, triple support, that'd be fine. Seems like Solitude's coming out with a dive with
I wonder
Mercy.
who it was who came into our voice chat earlier.
Rusty? I don't know.
How was it?
I'm sorry, I really don't know. Since I am streaming this, it might have been like, hey, what's going on in here?
Are they really running Symmetra? Or is Brig just...
No, they're not.
if he's running Symmetra, I'm gonna get angry.
I don't like the Sombra here unless Team 40 is running Dive.
That's Symmetra.
One.
Okay.
Round one.
Like the
Capture
Sombra to
the
hack the
objective.
Mega is pretty good, but they don't have the tanks that can go up and down from like the hole there. They also don't have the DPS who are going to be looking to use that mini. But they take position on point like ASAP, which is pretty nice. The Winston's fucked. Kill that Winston. Someone kill that Winston.
And I was watching
The objective is
Saba streams for the match of Justin's team versus Equinox, which I don't know if you heard about, but Justin's team is like a 4K average team right now. It's not a
I'm sorry, I'm gonna turn the sound down on in the game because I can't hear you well enough. Say that again? You were watching Equinox versus Justine or something? Justin's team?
Justin's team, Clown 9.
Yeah.
And they're, you know, like 4K, 4.1K average. And, you know, Equinox is Equinox.
But
I was listening to Saba's comms, or Saba's stream, and the comms are so clean.
from Equinox.
No, he was playing on Justin's team.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't know what this Winston is doing. I don't know why Grape is teasing these tires. Anyway, they shouldn't need any more ults. Everyone's banking ults here. Wow, the hog staggers further. Alright. Valk from a distance, we can absorb this for a bit.
That's a couple more ults than necessary from 40.
Yeah, but at the same time, like the EMP didn't get the dude in the bubble. Everyone's just pressing Q now. We used 4 ults, they used 4 ults. And we're coming out on top and we're able to build to the next. So this tire should shut down this push. This round's over. See Grape setting up for it.
Yeah, I think Solitude needed people who could move fast for this.
Just kill literally anyone. What is he doing? He keeps like throwing it in front of their tanks and then like juking it around them. Just fucking kill the dude.
Did the tire even do anything? Was it killed? I wasn't thinking of it.
No, it ran around, it blew up, and it didn't kill the hog because he was taking breather in the meantime. They still win the fight somehow because he's like, I don't need my tire, I'll just kill everyone anyway. Alright, this is like the real shit.
See if they can manage that dive.
I assume Grape's going far right here.
I hope so.
I mean, Mercy Junkrat's not like bad, but this is not the map
On
for
this
it.
map specifically.
Yeah, they're also going Reaper. What the fuck?
Great.
They're going triple
Great.
DPS.
Come on, great.
capture the objective.
What? Well, I guess.
Alright, they're running Mercy to pocket the Zen. Sure. Tanks are gonna have to jump back for like super heals. They're all going high ground.
The high ground of this is good, but Boat's gonna be a little screwed by himself. If the other team notices.
Boat has a good angle now, but Bagel was left out to fucking dry.
Yeah.
Like,
Boat
Deflect
jumped.
could stop that.
Yeah.
Can't do that as Mercy. They're not dying on points, so they're getting additional capture time. And Grape is peeking. What the
Grape,
fuck
what?
are you doing? Alright, that's not... That's 10% that he could have saved. And then the rest of the team dying off a point while they were capturing it earlier means it's like another 5%.
Yep.
Brand enemy tracer recall. That Zen is on the low ground. That Zen needs to die.
Rondo saw him too. He should have been able to.
I mean, at least call it out. Look at that
Yeah,
Zen. Look how fucking aggressive that Zen is.
He's
Now
like
he
right
gets
up
to
in the
be,
front line,
but-
yeah.
And then they use a Winston ult? Why? Why? Yeah, how did both die? What the fuck? Oh, he got right-clicked. True.
I really don't know why they're still running Mercy other than for the Valk. And then
I
swap.
mean, Valk is pretty good.
Yeah.
And it's not like the speed boost is that important. They're diving up top.
Yo.
The Zen is still on point, just fucking free. But they're gonna get a dive on the DPS. That seems fine. Zen is
Alright, at
next.
least they got them. Now hopefully they get Tracer, who runs away. Okay.
Boat mode is actually a little close here.
Should he be back behind point?
I probably would have stayed stairs for the longest time.
Please look at the Winston.
Seems fine though. Alright, they need to know ults are coming in. If they play close, then the visor does nothing. They can also just like line of sight infinitely. Rez isn't taking high ground. And you know they have a soldier who has tack, so they're going to be coming for that. They should be playing left side of point with Tracer on the right to prevent flanks. There's the Reaper teleport. That's dangerous.
Rez and everyone needs to
Just stall.
as long as
Yeah.
they can.
Cycle onto point if you need to.
Grab health packs because all three of them have no health. Great, go grab a freaking health pack. If Rez is on point, you don't have to be.
Yeah. Okay, well the visor's still there, and the trance is still there. Soldiers, their enemy soldiers getting high ground. That's really good for them. We almost have another blade, but it won't come in time. We don't really have any good offensive ults. And they have like 3. Team 40 should lose this. They finally find the Zen because he's poorly fucking positioned. There's that. Boat ends his trance thanks to the enemy Winston in a safe spot. I don't know if you needed that ult. I don't think you needed Blade, and I don't think you needed a bomb. Maybe one of them. Definitely not 2. Can they get the Tracer? Yeah, they're gonna get the Tracer. Alright, enemy team still has trance. Like that guy's fucking up. Their gold player's fucking up.
He's been holding it too long.
Yeah, he's had it like 3 fights now. So maybe not the first 2 that he won did he need to use it, but like
That last
probably
one,
needs to pop it and then tell his team to focus down the Genji who's going to Blade. Alright, they dove Bagel.
Wait, why is he not chancing? He's got.
His team's not low.
He was super
Oh
low.
Jesus.
That's another, yep.
He's still not trancing.
He needed to transfer. What? I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. It seems like they were, or Team 40 was like target calling. Because the Winston and Diva at least were on the same targets, and then Genji would follow up. I don't think they ever saw the Zen on low ground until that last fight. Which I guess is Rondo's fault, quote unquote, for not scouting and relaying that to the team.
Yeah.
He wasn't really on like super flank mode. He was kind of
Does
playing in
Raven
front.
enjoy playing Pharah?
I I don't know. I guess not.
5,
I thought he hit Junkrat, not Pharah.
2, 1. Round 3. Capture the
Well, Solitude is still running this like weird as fuck. Like their Winston should just die if he ever tries to come in. I don't know if I like the Sombra on this point either. Like Tracer's just pretty good.
You played / seen the Quasar May Bastion strat, right?
Yes.
On King's
Yeah, I saw it in King's Row. That was cute.
Yeah. Sorry, I got distracted because there's
Where
a
is
May in
Team
this game.
40? Like only their
I don't
tanks
know.
are on point. Oh, there's Sombra. Okay. Boat mode is out of position. The enemy team doesn't actually have flanking DPS. He could have just stayed way in the fuck back. Bagel should not grab that mega. He should give that ult charge to someone who actually
Yeah.
deserves it.
Bad Bagel. In case he watches
They could have
this.
almost had trance there. I think with that amount of ult charge.
Yeah, because he was low. And it's not like Rondo gets any charge anymore from it.
Well, here's the Pharah. They have now double hit scans and their monkey should just be focused every time he jumps in because he has no protection. Rondo has ult. Rondo's looking for it. He found the Zen. He's not shooting the Zen first. He found the Zen. Okay.
There, yeah. Do you think it's worth it to swap off Zen if you have an enemy Sombra, just because you're gonna get fucked by Emp? Or
I don't know.
every
He's so good.
time? He is so good, but like if the Sombra knows where you are fucked by EMP.
You have to have a quick mercy or something to catch you.
Yeah.
Even then, it shouldn't work. So Team 40 did a good job there of like using one ultimate in Rondo's and then Monkey ultimate for some fucking reason. And then
Rondo's
collecting the
already
rest.
6 again.
Yeah. He's getting in some good poke. I don't know why Rez is where he is. What are you doing, Rez?
He wasn't low, was he?
Even if he was, give it to your supports. He was just hanging by the mega just to like on a flank. Guys, there's a point to fight over.
I
Are they gonna
can't
C9
get a
this?
good view.
Yeah, I'm just waiting behind point.
I swapped my
Boat, where are you going?
box,
Okay.
but I changed my favorite locations.
Boat
My
is so
camera
aggressive. What is Boat doing?
Yeah, why is he in the front line? He is a Zenyatta.
Like, they're gonna win this anyway, but... It's kind of a shame that Solitude's not pressuring them.
Sorry, say that again?
Solitude's not really pressuring them.
Yeah. But yeah, I was like jealous of the comms in Cloud9 because they haven't played together before today as like a team. Like, they're like Nevis or something, Saba, Justin, and I forget the last guy. They all knew each other already, but like the other two had never played with them before, as far as I know. And the comms are still really nice.
Are they in open division?
Yeah. This is Justin trying to put together a team for Horizon Cup.
Good comms are pretty nice.
Whose? What?
Good comms in general
Oh, yeah.
are a joy.
Yes. Oh boy. Saba's private suite is full of the casters.
What I found weird there when they were running Sombra is that it didn't seem like the mini on point was hacked all that often.
I didn't
They
notice.
hacked the
I wasn't
Mega.
looking at it.
I was like standing on top of it, so I might have missed it though. Hanamura. Okay. Surprised they don't have Sari in then, because he plays a lot of Widow.
I think it's just because Rez is gonna sleep after this round. I forgot to wait for Solitude's ready.
Traveling
Whoops.
to Hanamura.
They seem ready. Alright, while this sets up, I'm gonna grab some water too.
Lyris is on Ana. Will she stay? Ana attack isn't very good. Unfortunately. The Sightlancers aren't as good as the defending Ana. Okay. No. What are they actually doing? I don't seem to have an idea. My guess is they're discussing it a lot.
Attackers incoming in.
If Rondo actually stays on the May, I think they're gonna like wall across here and just come in through the window.
Sorry, I just got back. What were you saying?
If they end up staying on May, I think Rondo is gonna like wall them in through this window where Junkrat has his mine.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cheeky.
Oh, why are you not picking? It's boat AFK.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Now they're actually doing triple.
Incoming. Defend objective.
I don't like the Moira. Taking this kind of slowly. Why don't they just go the fuck in? If this was their plan. Get the
Yeah.
fuck in there, dude.
Is this
Kill this
time for
round.
me to go?
How does boat die first? That's unfortunate.
Oh man.
Like, the enemy team was giving them right side if they wanted to. They could speed in that way. Or they could just immediately brawl. Rondo's at least charged.
nothing less from him. Come on, go right or straight in.
Kill the
Or
diva,
down.
kill the diva, kill the
Yeah.
diva, kill the diva.
Well, they need to stop again.
That tire wasn't necessary.
No. 40 was already, what, like 3 down at that point? Rez, I don't know why he charged it. I think he could have gotten away.
Alright. This Junkrat isn't positioned well. But he's somehow still building shit.
Forty didn't have high ground contest until just now.
Even then,
Yeah.
they now... Okay. They
Rondo
dropped the one healer. Get the fuck in if you're going in, dude. What you waiting for?
giving the Junkrat
Slam
more
them.
ult on.
Holy shit,
Junk's
yeah they
almost
are.
had another ult. It's called slam guns for a reason, kids.
He doesn't even need to tire now.
Solid is just all 6 ults right now.
Alright, we've convinced ourselves to go in. We're not together at all.
Oh,
Alright.
at least that's 2 ults down from
Hello?
Okay.
Solitude.
Hello.
Pug?
No,
We're
sorry.
watching a scrim from our other team.
Pug's lobby is further down.
I think he's trying to search for people.
I see. I think this Junkrat's using the tree strat. Oh no, he's
So,
missing it.
tree?
You can hit this the tree just outside the gate and it drops down like right there.
Oh, I freaking hate the look.
Alright, Rez is
I
gonna
wanna be able to
contest
do it.
literally no one.
Alright, team is
Grape
so
uses ult
completely
at the
not
choke
together.
for some reason. Yeah, we're not together at all. Rez is like playing long range fucking Zarya. Or not Zarya, Diva.
I don't really know what's going on
They're in
anymore.
second point.
How did 40? I don't understand.
A lot of people
right now.
pressed Q and that's how they're even like in this a little bit.
Bagel has avoided pressing Q so far, at least.
30 seconds.
That was really bad.
That was.
That was really bad.
That
Holy
was
shit.
so sloppy.
They had no plan whatsoever.
They were so split. Rondo's up to 60% again.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, but they're swapping. I guess.
But point 2's not as in
Yeah. It's not
He's
as
going
hard a point.
Pharah here. Okay.
Interesting.
They're losing the
It's
graph.
so,
Okay.
like, enclosed.
So you have a soldier who wants to get upper right, but you also have a Pharah who's going to
Who wants
require
to-
pocketing.
I feel like
They want a flanker here to draw them
they
away.
want the Genji, not the Pharah.
Yeah,
right?
Genji or Tracer. Rez just lost his suit. No? They just let him out?
Does Grape
That's
play
way too
Tracer?
aggressive.
He doesn't,
Sometimes?
right? I think if they were going Tracer,
They got
they'd
Rondo
put
in a decent
Rondo,
position.
Yeah.
Bagel needs to just go to point.
Rez just walks in and kills the Zen. I don't even
It
know.
won't matter. Like, by throwing his... Oh, he used bomb. Okay, it
Yeah,
might matter.
He had to. He was
I'm saying it's like, if he doesn't remake there, then the 2-for-1 trade's actually not favorable.
Alright, this 40
Yeah,
needs
it's
to
not
get out
clean.
now.
Rez is off in his own fucking world. Oh no, Bagel's screwed. You are gonna push him, right?
Boat.
Boat's down there too.
Boat. Oh god, boat.
That seems fine.
At least they dematched
If
her.
boat doesn't drop.
Oh, well,
Layer hiss is down here. What the fuck?
I can't
That had to have
remember.
been a call to reset.
Yeah, they should have reset a while ago. They've wasted like a minute plus. Well, because now they have to wait for Rondo too. We can at least sprint.
Alright, well, they have enough ults to press Q. and like potentially swing this if they get an opening pick first.
Okay, I keep screwing up my. We haven't played Hanamura in so long that I don't remember my spots anymore.
Their Zen is still poorly positioned. Boat mode's trance comes out too late. This is not going to go their way.
Nope.
They're staggering res further. Bagel is killing
Bagel
himself.
is charged the. What? They committed the Valk?
What are they fucking doing, dude? They can't count to 6. Why are they
They
trancing?
need to learn that if they are down on a 2 CP second point, just get
Give it,
out.
just get the fuck out.
Yeah.
But they
This
got the trance somehow. And they got Valk too.
I
Rondo has not pressed Q yet, so that's actually really good.
and he's probably safe there because Solitude doesn't seem to like pushing out.
Yeah, he's at the enemy. He's at the mega.
He's
There's a junk right there.
flanking the junk. Yeah,
Is
he's
he gonna
getting
get
the
him?
junk right now. Yep, he got him.
Their mercy did not react. Oh, can you get the mercy? No.
Who is?
What is Rez
Palmer?
doing?
Why does he? Was he low?
No,
I miss him
there's no
being
way
low?
he was low. Their junk was dead. There's no way he was low.
I don't get it.
Okay, the fight's going out here. You now have a Winston, that seems fine. You don't have to go in upper to do that.
Well,
Oh, that's huge.
Great presses his Q and kills everyone. Come on, get
What
on
is
point.
their
Kate.
soldier
What's
doing?
on point?
Alright, their soldier just threw.
3 on point. Get at least second kick. Yep, there you go.
Yeah, their tire's bad too.
Is that
We've
Rondo?
satisfied our win condition. We got a visor on the high ground. Is it good enough? Seems like a decent
Boat
trance.
managed to press Q, yeah.
Rondo got taken out by enemy visor.
It is not bad, and Tracer's stuck on low ground because I think she's recall already.
She's back. This could go either way.
Your orbs on.
This is gonna
It
work.
should be 40s. Except for that.
Oh, if he didn't get off point. Alright, so that was really fucking sloppy. They don't seem to be able to take 2 CP without having a bunch of ults go their way. And we're not talking like their ult tracking and using them wisely. We're talking they just happen to come ahead when they pressed Q.
Mhm.
Like, the only thing that opened up that point was Solitude pushed into the mega outside and then got like 3 or 4 men barraged by the fucking Pharah.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't fully
The
understand.
ground-based Pharah at that point, too.
Yeah. Not even like a flanking Pharah who was on a mission to harass high ground. It was like... They never really set up the soldier, so they had to rely on only their ults to actually get them there. Is Rondo actually going May this time? Hard to say. They're kind of lacking damage right now. So Grape would need to go hit scan if this is the case. Yeah, it seems like they're actually going May. So they're anticipating Death Ball. But if you're anticipating Death Ball...
I don't know. I kind of want to see Rondo play some Widow.
Attackers incoming in.
I wish she were
Yeah,
playing Widow.
I could see that. Yeah, they're clearly set up against Death Ball. But like, then why the Orisa? Because the Orisa won't push into a walled off target, like ever. She just won't do it. If you have Ryan, you can at least charge them.
Who's calling strats right now? I can't remember who's calling strats.
Probably Rez. It feels like a Rez strat.
4, 3, 2, 1.
So here's what's going to happen if they're running Ryan. He gets walled off, he holds shield, his shield doesn't break, and he rejoins his team. But now it's a Winston. So nothing of importance is going to happen here. The Tracer's not in. Their monkey's
And I
just
guess
walking
Rondo's
up to them.
splitting them. Yeah.
Monkey jump. Monkey, get the fuck out. Okay. Well, Solitude's not playing together either.
What was that wall for, Rondo?
Don't know.
Who's on point?
If their fire got above Dojo here, that would pose a huge problem.
Yeah, they don't have a great way of dealing with it. They have.
It's
Great.
fortunate for them the Pharah has decided not to do anything yet. Like, I think Solitude has a
Solitude?
good comp against this shit. They could just fucking leverage it.
Yeah, because they have a lot of mobility.
Where is
They
their
can get
Tracer?
past
I don't even see their
the
Tracer.
Naval. I think the Tracer's in the back. Yeah, she's in
Second
courtyard
point, I see,
area
I see. Yeah.
Between, yeah.
Boat mode's gonna have a hard time here in a second.
Yeah. Especially because Ana's not the greatest at pocketing.
Yeah. Alright, the Winston just got in. That's good. And boat's down. Yep.
Yep. Alright, that should be.
They didn't respond
a
to their.
good push.
Yeah. Boat needed to play, I guess, on point.
And then, yep, Lyris is down. This is
Yeah,
it
yeah.
for 40 because they're down both supports. Or it should
Ooh.
be. Wow. Okay.
Spawn advantage might be the thing though that decides this.
Yeah. Alright. They should
Alright,
that
never
should do
mind.
it.
So the Hog was used in error. Are they swapping to dive defense? Because they definitely have the supports for it. I'd like to see them swap to dive defense after using this Blizzard.
I'll probably use the
Like there's
Bongo too.
the Hog is so bad here.
Defense point.
Get the fuck off, Hog. Yeah.
There we go.
I guess stay for supercharger, but like they're not going high ground with a shield comp anyway, so like the risk is useless. Ooh, they like all jumped.
They all jumped off on the
Onto coast side, yeah. There's like
I
4 of them there.
40's not gonna expect
Boat mode
that.
is gonna get fucked. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Boat mode. Oh, he's just unnoticed. That's fine. Bagel's dead. Bagel used halt early. There he goes. There's a tick.
This team gonna contest.
There's a bad blizzard. Yeah, but they got like a tick.
Not bad for a first push.
Yeah, it went better
They
than
didn't-
expected. They got 2,
They only
3
used,
ults
I
out of
think,
it.
one ult, right?
They only use self-destruct, yeah.
Yeah.
Bagel's staying on this.
I think
this
he really
horsey.
wants to use bongos.
Yeah. I mean, I get it, but like,
Eh. Rondo on the creep. Okay. Double his skin is interesting.
yeah, just like
could have
that.
swapped because he used his visor. He could have swapped.
The distances here are really fucking awkward for McCree.
If anything,
This
put
would have been a decent Widow, maybe.
Widow. Yeah, put him on Widow and keep Grape
Scrapes collapsed upon. He does not drop and he just dies for it. Bagel's unable to help him. Bagel's gonna be
on.
forced
Where are the
to.
bongos? Bagel.
He's just
Come
not
on.
using it.
Put some bongos
He's gonna
down.
die.
Bagel. Please. Lyris is playing.
Rondo's too far forward. Yeah, they're both too far forward.
Yeah,
They're gonna lose this.
they deserve to.
Yes, I also agree to that.
Bagel, where are the damn bongos? Put some bongos down! Bagel!
There it goes. I'm impressed they haven't given up a tick yet.
The second tick, yeah.
Yeah, okay. They turned it
SCP.
with Bongo Trance. They had to burn basically everything. Oh, now we have a
But
Winston. Okay.
Solitude burned a lot too. 'Cause
Yeah.
They burned all the ults they had banked
With
up before.
with better target focus, Solitude had that for sure. They're back on Reaper.
Interesting. What do you think they want to do with the Reaper?
I mean, they're gonna go. I feel like they're gonna go upper right, or force them to point to get the Reaper in.
Oh, don't even switch to Tracer. I completely missed that. I know.
We now have a Moira, which doesn't make sense to me. Like the
Maybe
tanks are gonna be
Lyris
all
is
over the
just
fucking
more
place.
comfortable? Bagel dead.
Like, you're not even pocketing Grape here. Holy shit, it's a C9. It's a C9,
Nice.
boys and girls. So if the Moira is just going to sit on the high ground, it might as well just be a Mercy. So Mercy is way more valuable to the soldier. And if you're Moira on high ground and you're looking to help your people on low ground, you might as well toss a healing orb out to your tanks instead of a damage orb down to like their solo diva or some shit.
He said 66, right?
Route 66, yes. So that fight must have been chaotic enough to give 66% of the point. Because they only had one tick to start.
Yeah. Having 40s ready and just being oblivious, or they're probably talking.
I think they're discussing strats. I don't know who calls without res.
Oh man, I'm sleepy.
Traveling to Route 66.
I think Rondo will run Sombra here. It's not a
Have
bad
they
point
been?
for it. I don't know if they have been, but they were running it on like Oasis, you know,
Mhm.
which is a weaker Sombra map than this one.
Mhm.
Alright, they have Sari on Widow. Probably not Sombra then.
Ronda's probably off tank right now because they swapped res
That's
out.
fair, yeah.
Interesting Brigitte choice.
Yeah, Brigitte and Orisa doesn't make much sense to me. One wants to hold a position, the other wants to go in.
Right, they swapped it around. Did Solitude run Brigitte at all yet?
I don't think so.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
We're
What
probably
does
going
this
to see,
comp
you know.
do?
On whose team?
Sorry, what's that?
On which side?
I'm just looking at 40's comp right now. On defense.
This Orisa is going to get fucked.
Yeah.
Like, Orisa is the dive target here.
3, 2, 1.
She has no off
If she ever uses Fortify, she's dead.
The payload.
She has no one to prevent them from, like, jumping the shield whenever
There's,
they
like,
fucking feel
no-
like.
Like if they'd had the Brigitte, that would have helped, but they have no Roadhog or no Diva. See if Rondo gets something from this. Not quite.
Even payload stall's not bad. Grape is playing too aggressive though.
Wish up. Nice pick, sorry.
It's a quick jump up. Winston just leaves. Winston just leaves. Okay, Winston doesn't just leave. Diva wasn't paying attention. Their Winston and Diva are desynced. I mean, half the time they're running like triple DPS themselves, so.
Bagel, leave sorry to shoot at the Pharaoh.
Yeah, their tracer had like 4 of us looking their way.
There you go.
Thankfully, they were respawning, so they
Thanks,
weren't
big sorry.
doing that. Alright, they can test payload. That's well. Their Winston needs to get the fuck out. What is he doing, Winston? Hello? Get out.
Killing me.
No, we're watching
No.
our other team scrim. You want to watch with us, Rusty? I am
I
streaming
guess.
it if you want to watch a plat scrim.
I feel like Bagel should be setting back up on high ground.
I wanted to.
Sorry's dead? No, sorry. Noisy Caribou does not want to travel with this Winston. They're starting to bank ults though. They now have a Junkrat. What the fuck? They're just full sail swapping off dive. Alright, Rondo is going to tear him apart here.
Yep.
They also have nothing against him. They have their own Widow now. Okay.
Remind me to tell Abu I don't need him to sub tomorrow.
Okay.
Because he was going to, but then I was like, yeah.
Here
let's do it for sure.
comes. Here it comes.
Come on, Rondo. There we go.
Who's he gonna focus?
Hopefully.
They weren't in enough, it seemed.
Yeah. 40 wasn't ready to capitalize on that.
Yeah. I might actually lose off that.
Nope. They're gonna be up.
If that Rhine doesn't die, okay.
Okay.
If he doesn't, then I think the spawn advantage helps.
Yeah.
60 seconds remaining.
They only have trance versus 2 support ults. I guess they'll build bomb here. Grape needs to aggressively build bomb. I guess he can against an enemy Widow. Damage boosted, body shot dealing enough. Sorry, he's peeking this shit.
He's not getting punished for it either.
They both
Widow's
have
not
walls, I
even
think.
looking at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. Well, that's bad news for 40. I don't think, yeah, bad, good.
They might get another
Yeah,
contest
maybe
if
punish
Grape
for
is
that.
able to stall this. Grape can just like
Grape's getting
contest
there.
on and off and it's fine.
Grape's not going.
Sorry,
Boat's
should
fucked
die here.
now.
Nope, never mind.
Grape is running. Boat's fucked. Grape. There's something called a point. You can contest
Yeah,
it.
they're not playing the point.
Grape.
Fuzz, when are
Careful,
you
Contest.
finished?
50 minutes?
Okay. Raw's
Why, what's
asking
up?
for you.
Oh. Does he
When you're
want
done.
Minecraft?
When you're done.
Alright.
Here comes the shatter. Let's get one.
I mean, at least I got a second contested.
Yeah.
We'll see. I don't think after the trance is done, I think they're.
Still screwed.
Yeah.
It's close.
Yeah, I think it's gonna. At this point, I'm seeing a lot more blue than red.
Yeah, what was that?
Yeah, I think Solitude should have had that.
They lost a couple to like the 2 people behind them because they weren't playing together.
Traveling to Route 66.
Wait a sec. Did I swap it in? Whoops. That's right now, right?
I believe so. Yes, that's correct. Solitude's dive is just like not working. Are they actually coming with this sim?
Why do I see 10% charge for Sorry already? Do you see that?
I do. I don't know what's up with that.
It's so weird.
They're actually taking Symmetra. Okay, they're trolling.
Alright, sorry, starting at 11% charge for some reason. What the fuck? Come on, let's go. Alright, they should be able to clear this nest. Pretty Symmetra.
I don't even see where the next nest is.
I think it's behind Earl. 'Cause I see Symmetra bouncing around.
Oh, I see a couple of them
Oh,
there.
great. Is
And
that
Mercy! Playing Mercy.
it? Well, now get fucked, Bagel.
Yeah, Bagel's
You
not
don't get fucked.
close.
Okay, he just
Oh,
managed to pull. He made everyone drop.
okay, I guess that works.
If it,
Symmetra
I
though.
don't know, man. Yeah, Symmetra getting
Symmetra,
pocketed
though.
by Mercy. Go Symmetra, go!
Alright, are we seeing TP or shield gen? And how quickly does Grape kill it? Teleporter. Okay. Grape's a hunting. Does he just bomb it?
Or bomb people.
Sure.
Yeah, bombs with TP.
I feel like everyone's split.
Yeah. I wonder if they're gonna swap off Symmetra now because she lost her TP immediately and she's gotten picked.
Nah.
Nope, because they are stable. Oh, did Rondo need to reset? Conveniently, this map has many ledges to jump off of. At least for point 1 and 2.
Let's see if Grape can like scout a target and then a tank duo actually get on someone. Like the Symmetra.
I think I'd rather see Grape on Genji generally.
Yeah, he's playing with the tanks instead of critting
Instead of
crossfire.
And he got picked just now.
Yeah, he's not. Decided to take a long range fucking fight. Don't know what that was about, Rondo.
Nope.
Now Bagel screwed.
No, that should not have been a Valk.
60 seconds remaining.
That
Yeah,
should be for
it
next fight.
might work out though. That should
Depends
not
on
have
how
worked
on
out.
fire. Sorry, Ghost. Sorry, managed to outsnipe the other Widow. Okay. The Widow who had sights, I think, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Enemy Widow had sights and sorry didn't.
So Bagel committed, Team 40 committed both Valk and Primal in like a 4v6.
30 seconds remaining.
And happened to come out on top. I think the difference of that is like if enemy team had dropped Bongo in response and just fucking burned Bagel as a team, that he doesn't get away with that. And then it's 2 ults for 1. What is this shield by Orisa?
Sorry's in that hallway.
He's not anymore though. He wasn't though.
He was.
I think other people were.
I think he was because I think that's where the other Widow.
You
got
even
hit
have a
from
shield
the-
tank and you're losing the Widow duel. Get off that character.
Maybe he just.
Alright,
wants
they're using
practice in
tire?
his room.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair.
That's
a good tire.
Yeah.
He's gonna die for it, but it's fine. It shouldn't just not be running sim.
Yeah,
But
especially on
I mean,
second
we
floor.
knew that, but like, come on. They just need another healer.
And
They're
she got
rezzing
rezzed.
it.
Okay.
What? They have to have
And
a
they're
TP
not
up,
even
right?
pocketing the. Yeah,
Yeah,
it said 0%, and
it's
she's
in
not getting
it's
any
in the
charge.
other it's in ult spawn.
Yeah, I see it now. Yeah, I guess they
Scrape's
feel
job
it's
to find it
valuable
if he
enough.
wants.
That's gonna be a tricky one to find.
I mean, that's a pretty typical place creeps look
I
for
mean,
now.
to get to and destroy safely. Especially since they have sights.
Alright, just take a fight without it then.
Do you know what server we're on? I can't tell because I have no ping.
48 latency, probably Chicago. What is that jump bagel? If he had jumped on top of Saloon and then waited for cooldowns, he would have been better off. They're only winning because Sari's like out mechanics this team right now.
Yeah, Sari's doing work for 40.
Bagel and Rondo are not together at any point. This bongo's not protected, it's in a bad spot.
Oh, that should fuck him. No? Okay. I really don't know how Lyris didn't die to that behind it.
I think he got body blocked. Are we still on the sim? We're on Pharah with solo healer. Okay.
And Sari's on Genji now. Which I can... I feel like Grape and Sari could have swapped because I think Sari... Did Sari play Tracer? I don't remember.
I don't recall.
I feel like he does. Because I remember he and Rondo just had like all of the overlap.
60 seconds remaining.
Sorry, should I? No, we got him.
Nope.
Solitude's not fighting on the cart while losing members. So they're just gonna get steamrolled here.
Yeah, cart is going uncontested.
They're even falling further back instead of on the cart.
And then Lyra's got a free res. Yeah, there's no one on the cart from either side. If Genji's the one pushing payload, there's maybe.
Oh! Sorry. Alright, no more ults. Solitude.
Yeah, they should be able to hold.
Yeah,
it.
they really should.
Uh,
That boop wasn't enough.
Oh.
That boop really wasn't enough.
she was so far. I feel sad for Solitude for that one. She shouldn't have been able to get that res off.
This Mei is just like on boat mode. It's constantly okay. Finally dies. That shouldn't have worked. Holy moly. Are they actually going until midnight, or are they just doing some number of maps?
I told Sparrow, who's the one who contacted me, that we typically go through midnight and just keep rolling maps. Surprised Rez is still in. Maybe he just has it on while he's like brushing his teeth or something. Yeah, there he goes.
And he's gone. Alright, you wanted to let Abu know he doesn't need to
Oh,
sub?
I just told Abu, like, while we were in between rounds. Do you already have Tracer God by any chance, or should I get his
I do not.
VNet? Okay. I will get it after this, because I know he's in Pugs right now.
Yeah, they ended up using the 37 Discord.
Yeah, I saw them swap over.
can you headphones? Please? Tell them one more time, map pick. Third time's the charm.
I'm gonna go do it in voice. I just had the hardest time finding the right channel for to type in because I just kept pressing tab too many times.
Welcome to Blizzard.
Messaging everyone on the side, I see.
Uh-huh.
Alright, so Blizzard World is interesting. Running like standard 2-2-2 with like a shield comp, you kind of hold behind point.
Yeah,
Otherwise
that
you get
first
fucked in
platform
rotation.
That first platform is a trap.
It's fine if it's like shield comp versus shield comp. Because then enemy shield comp who's coming in has to like get past you first, and then you both rotate and meet on point at the same time. But like if a dive split pushes you, you're kind of screwed. Which is what you're referring to. I wonder if they patched out the like Widow bullshit roof.
Widow bullshit roof?
Yeah, on Snacks Ramas or whatever it is.
What?
Immediately to the right of the high ground on point.
Huh.
There's a roof here that looks slanted that you shouldn't be able to stand on, but you absolutely can. You
Huh.
can see fucking everywhere.
That's silly. Hopefully they patched it.
You used to be able to like Maywall a bastion up here.
Attackers incoming in 30
That's
seconds.
ridiculous.
Alright, we're running dive defense. I don't know if
Stop
Zenyatta
it.
should even be even close to this high ground. Why? What? Boat's on Mercy.
What?
And Lyris is Zenyatta.
Maybe they got bored.
Yeah.
Maybe they just want to get practice on other heroes.
4, 3,
I like Biggle with the team actually.
attackers incoming.
If they can play the corners of the point and then just rotate and then jump back up for the counter dive.
From here. Excuse me.
What was that?
Was there any point to Rondo shooting from point?
That distance? I mean, I guess he gets minor bits of point of charge here. Bagel's not in position at all.
Slayer is getting fucked? Yes. Where is Boat? Why is Boat down there?
Boat is forced to drop, I think, but like, I don't know if he was supposed to drop then. Yeah, Bagel and Rondo did not play together. Bagel was just off on his fucking own and didn't respond to their rotation whatsoever. That's entirely Bagel's fault if they lose this one.
Feel like they should.
Yeah, they're going
Or
to.
will, yeah.
The Mei is surprisingly effective. Solitude's just like allergic to like full dive.
Nice attempt by Sari.
Yotawo, if that's her name. Solitude's Mercy got 2 reses off that fight.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, the fight also shouldn't go that long.
30 seconds, yeah.
Yeah, that's a target focusing issue as well. Sari's on McCree, okay. Who was on before? Tracer?
Tracer. He used a bomb and picked someone, but that wasn't enough.
Yeah. No kills have
Graves
happened
focusing
despite
any-
Graves' ult,
What?
and
I'm
it was a
so
5v6
confused.
with them on the high ground to start with.
Confused.
Everyone's all over the place. Bagel and Rondo in different
Wow,
places. They died.
okay.
They
Did
get
Bagel use a
3.
shield before that?
I don't know, but like that bomb got Diva Mech, and consequently the ult, and then 2 other people. Like,
Well, at least Bagel's contested point.
yeah.
Instead of letting them get it for free, holy shit, I can't talk without yawning anymore.
I wouldn't have used ult because he's just feeding more charge. Like the goal should have
I
been to
think that-
regroup, and
I
instead
guess
they
I gave
didn't.
time for 40 to... I don't know.
Yeah, so like it would have gotten them to regroup, and then the 3 of them also started contest point after Bagel died, so they just actually staggered further.
I forgot
And
how
then-
close the spawn is here.
Yeah, they pushed it further back though.
Did they?
Yeah, it's like we're almost at the end now instead of like
Yeah.
after the gate.
The point itself, yeah.
Yeah, so then in response to the blizzard, we saw Team 40 Zenyatta use Trance to pick everyone up, but the payload wasn't being contested at that point, and they were losing the fight because the blizzard was still going to be effective.
Again. Get out, Grave.
I feel like the wrong people are contesting the point at the wrong times. Like if the Diva's there, the Zenyatta doesn't have to be there. And then Bagel was off on his own contesting point and then blew ult. And then the rest of the team came to help him instead of regrouping. So they've been getting thoroughly rolled here. Now that the enemy team took their gold out. On what is considered to be like a defending advantaged map. But
Has
their
this
McCree
one
is way too
been
far forward.
Owl rotation?
I don't know. Bagel's contesting. Fortunately, he's against May.
Fight is in like 3 different places right now.
Yeah. Like that's a giant coordination thing. Bagel needs to learn to like jump away sometimes. Him dying is way worse than him like having to leave.
Yeah, there should be solitudes here.
I don't know. This last point can be pretty 2 CP if things go wrong. Oh, Blizzard. All right, Rondo's fucked. Diva bombs have gotten at least 5 people so far this match. Maybe 6.
Oh, Rondo got the res. Alright. That should be it for Solitude. Yeah. With that hook.
Collect them. Get this
Chase 'em.
Diva. Get this Diva.
So,
Huge.
yeah. Alright, Solitude needs to
Keep
pull
pushing,
back and
keep
regroup.
pushing, keep pushing.
That's good. Good by Solitude.
They have a Reaper now. Grape is Reaper. Okay. So Winston's gonna jump in alone. Bagel has to play really defensive. If Bagel's gonna do that, he should already be set up on high ground or around a corner and just play it like a shitty Reinhardt, and then jump back to his team.
Why do you think they're running Road and Winston?
I think it's because, oh, I don't like getting beat by the enemy dive, so let me run anti-dive traditional things, and Bagel just never swapped. I think it's individual players deciding that they want to run Reaper and Hog into this. Rather than like a
That
team
may
decision. That may.
Oh, Grape, what is this?
He decided he needed to ult and kill himself in a fight his team had already won. Look how far forward he is. Like, I don't mind him trying to collect like additional staggers, but that's like exceptionally greedy.
Yeah.
His team might have been walled off there to his system though. I didn't get as good of a look at it. Still, he should be aware of that. There's the Diva Bomb. Classic Diva Bomb.
Alright, this really should be Solitude, so...
Yeah, but it's pretty 2 CP.
Alright, there we go.
Alright.
That's solid now, for sure.
And the nice Maywall. How many Qs was that though?
A lot.
Let's see. That was like 5 from Solitudes. I don't think they had beat, but they had everything else. Did you swap sides? Oh, to auto swap sides because
Yeah,
they completed the
they
map.
pushed-
Yeah. We didn't actually. You didn't actually reset it.
Yeah. Didn't have to. Are you remembering to move your camera around on your own this time?
Yeah,
Instead
actually.
of whatever it was the other day? When was that? I don't even remember.
I think I was watching Pugs.
Oh yeah, you were watching the in-houses.
That's what it
You were-
was. Yeah.
And I wasn't there. So you were like, oh yeah, Fuzz will control the camera, and you forgot you were actually spectating instead of, watching my video or my stream.
So Team 40 has no long range damage whatsoever. They're looking to go immediately to point and fight on point. Okay.
Would you call this a modified Slambulance?
Yeah, it seems fine. It's like they have worse damage and worse protection though. It's like the Zarya goes like a long way and the Hog goes like a long way in providing a lot of that shit. I don't know, it seems fine though. So long as they're committed to actually getting to point and not going elsewhere. Like they can't go up the stairs because they don't have the shield break to push through. So if they try to do that,
You mean stairs
okay.
on their left or stairs on their right?
On their right, they can't contest this high ground that the Arista is
Yeah.
currently on. They have to just push straight to point. They're going under right, which is okay, but this choke
Gives them
is
a
going to
little
be
bit of
fucking
cover,
awful
but yeah,
for
that
them.
Junkrat is gonna. Depends on how much Rondo is able to keep.
No,
in,
that
able
shield
to
is
put
going
damage.
to, yeah. Sorry's
No,
fighting it too much.
that's totally
Sorry,
sorry, not-
okay.
Rondo.
They didn't go
Well,
like the.
They made it to the point.
They didn't. They lost the Diva mech. So like Bagel went around and avoided them while the rest of the team went into them. And so this is like the Diva mech is actually going to lose them this fight, I think, because they can't push. Yeah. They can't push the Orisa anymore. And the longer they can't
Yeah.
put the Orisa, the worse the
Sorry,
Bagel
get
shield
out.
becomes. Yeah.
Sorry, get out. Sorry.
No, he's gonna get D-max.
Yeah. He did get the Mercy, which is... They should have staggered him. Because it would have taken him a few seconds to run off the map.
Yeah. So Team 40 had completely different ideas of what they wanted to do there. One pushed under the enemy high ground, which is probably not great. They built both DPS ults in that time and used them. And Bagel was just like, I'm not doing that, which is probably ideal. They're taking high ground now. Okay. I can see that if they want to come from like behind from like second point, which is what they're doing.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
coming that way. Give us the speedboat. Where's the speed?
Orisa is not paying attention. Orisa replays shield. That's huge. They're not gonna have
Yeah,
shield
they
for
need
this
to
at all.
punish that.
But they're not pushing into them. Bagel's just staying on his side of the point.
Maybe, well, they
Bagel's
can't
literally
see that
shielding
shit.
nothing.
They
Bagel
can't
is the furthest one from the enemy.
Yeah.
I mean, they can all just line of sight this. It's not that big a deal, but. And Sari's bomb actually carries them. Okay.
Yeah.
Does the Mercy
Oh,
get the
come
res?
on!
It's
I mean, like,
it's
I
not
know
gonna matter.
The bomb
It's
was
just
there,
going to
or
die,
the
but.
tire was there, but still. I guess that feeds 40 more ults.
Yeah, that's kind of beneficial.
I wonder if Team 37's like, what are you guys all doing in our voice channel?
So Solitude was too aggressive there. They could have just sat there and done absolutely nothing and waited for the Rhine Shield to just get fucked even further. Instead, they like pushed into it with their Orisa after not rotating properly to it. They did lose the high ground, and that might have been a point to like force Solitude into a bad position, but like they don't have a Junkrat or a Hitscan to sit on that high ground. So I don't think getting pushed off the high ground would have done anything.
I ran another try already. Did he just?
Yeah.
Like, when that Mercy res?
I think that was
damage
deepable.
has- No.
Yeah, the Junkrat is doing a lot of work here.
But yeah,
If
I
their Orisa
swear-
drops right now, this would be huge. Like their Junkrat is on point. Their Orisa is not on point.
Yeah.
There's like a breakdown of scrimmage lines.
Oh, so you know,
Of the tank lines are not creating the proper space on both
what
teams.
happened is, Sorry bombed, and then when Mercy went to res, everyone backed off point because the Junkrat was tiring.
Oh, was that it? Okay.
So that's how Mercy got the res off. But then he just tired again just now, and he's at 75% now. They're just not doing anything about him.
There's another tire.
Yep. They're doing nothing about that Junkrat. So Grape just
Payload's not
press
pushing.
Q.
Yeah, a lot. It's like Team 40 is only gaining footholds when Qs are pressed. In straight up fights, unlike earlier in the match, they seem to be like, I don't know. It's back to like a 2 CP problem, where like they don't seem to be gaining advantage without forcing ults. They have a lot coming up though.
40.
Yeah. Don't see 9. Oh, come on, dude. The fight was
40
theirs, too.
C9. 40 C9 even worse earlier.
Yeah. Hate to see it happen. Couldn't have happened to a nicer group of people. They're still running triple support. They have no damage. This spell can coalesce. Oh my god, how do you get that guy?
Rondo, are you? Rondo just pushing his way in. And then the Mercy gets to res, even though Rondo, I think, had his CC up.
Like both of them. If Solitude can group here, they should just be able to take this point back. There's the bomb.
And,
How does that get anyone?
The Orisa shield had already been placed,
Mamma
but Mercy
mia.
should have been able
Yeah.
to fly.
There's the
This
Reaper
freaking
flank.
chandelier is
Here's the
like-
Reaper flank with the ult. Ready for this?
You got Eaton. No.
Is Solitude going to lose with 3 ults remaining?
Yeah, they're not gonna 2 CP this, I think.
No, that was so awkward. They just got continually staggered second or third point. That's. I mean, congrats to Team 40 for doing it, but like, Jesus. Lots of room for improvement on that map. Quick play in queue. It's null up too. Playing a shit ton around. Ryan's decent. What's the sorry. That's good.
If I remember correctly from Gold Watch rules, Brigitte is active next week, right? With comp next season.
I suppose it would be, yeah.
It is like next week, right?
Yeah, the season ends in like 5 or so days, and then I guess 2 days after that we'll,
Be the next season.
yeah.
You want to bet it's grape? Or are they talking strat?
They say it's sorry. It's right there. Yeah, it's either boat mode or grape. Went to either get a drink or
P.
not a drink.
Every time with those two. Honestly, the scrim has been moving pretty decently. Like,
Yeah, it's been a nice clip.
yeah. Might be because I'm the one hosting it. I'm like, go.
Yeah, it was annoying to do VOD review when there was like 15 minutes between maps.
Yep.
I'm like, all right, let me skip forward. Oh, I'm 2 minutes in. Let me skip back. Oh, I got a Twitch ad because someone only uploaded their Twitch video.
Uh-huh.
God
I'm
of
so
War?
sick
Oh,
of God
no.
of War. All those 30-second long ads, and I'm just like, enough already. I don't own a PS4. I'm not going to own a PS4.
I wasn't going to purchase it, but I watched my friend play it and it did seem interesting. But like we got not Robin, it was someone else. Someone from
Robin's
like
brother
Let's
worked on
Go.
it.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he's an AI combat designer.
Oh, cool. But like I was watching my friend play and they got to the part that was like shown exclusively or extensively in the trailer.
Uh-huh.
You must travel to a realm apart from your own or something by like that woman who I thought was Kratos' wife, but it's not her wife, it's like some witch bitch.
Idea because I like don't pay attention to the trailer at all if I can help it.
Well, I just
But
started
yeah.
like quoting it in the middle of my friend's gameplay and he was like, what the fuck? I was like, I watch Twitch. Like at all
But
in the
yeah.
past month, it's just been everywhere.
Robin's brother works at Sony Santa Monica.
That's awesome.
And he's obviously a game dev, and his specialty is like combat design.
James'
Oh, God.
Solitude's actually running this.
I have to choose between Rusty and Saba after this. Maybe I just say screw both of them and just go to
Do
sleep.
you?
Rusty wants me to watch a movie. Saba and Rawl want me to go play Minecraft.
Capture the objective.
What movie?
Now,
The Foreigner?
probably Avengers. Avengers is way too long to watch at this point. Avengers is like 2.5 hours.
Why do they have a split May? That's so bizarre. And why are they running it with dive on Control Center? That's also bizarre. Why haven't people actually died?
Someone finally died. 2 people finally
Yeah, their
died.
Tracer is uncontested.
Wait, I didn't notice Sorry was playing May also. What?
Oh, wait, what? Oh, geez, I didn't notice that either.
They are playing Deathball, so at least it
Makes a bit more
isn't
sense,
as
yeah.
odd.
Cap the point!
Cat point. Cat point.
Their Tracer knows. She's just like, I did all that work, I already used my first ultimate. I should do the honor. She's in the middle of... She's like turning her back to like a number of people at the same time, so like she should die. She's getting away with too much.
40's not like, yeah, not dealing with her. I feel like that might be a swap too. Did not get eaten.
Rondo built
Unlucky.
grab so fast and it got eaten.
Yeah, unlucky. I wonder if there will be a switch by Sari after to a McCree or something, because that Tracer's doing work. Rondo's
A lot of-
already 40%.
yeah. Why did he ult? I mean, it was a nice bomb and all, but like... It's not gonna change the fight. Okay. So a lot of people pressed Q and then the fight got decided like after those Qs weren't effective.
Lucio should have run away.
Yeah, they're Winston's backcapping.
Yeah, the Winstons, yeah.
Cut it out. Oh.
But unfortunately for him, there was a grape running back.
I think that's like the second time he tried to do something similar.
Sorry, almost losing the May fight. Rondo at 86% again.
Now Tracer's backcapping.
One person, guys. Maybe two. Grape.
Probably just the Moira.
Grape, not Fox, because Rondo saves his ass. Grape Fox.
You're fucked. If you're a Reaper, how do you get caught in May?
I don't know.
Like, what prompted you to use your fade?
Alright, no
Okay,
more
it doesn't
ults.
matter.
I'm glad Rondo didn't use his ult though, he didn't need to. Just jump off.
Yeah, he generally has good control over his shit.
Yeah. Just jump. Come on, man. Now you just fed ult to Sorry. I think Sorry already had it, but...
Yo, this Crab Blizzard's gonna be... Oof.
Grab Blizzard Blossom. Even just Grab and Blossom or Blizzard and Blossom should be enough.
Bow mode will boop them all to safety.
They gotta get there.
Wow.
This
Okay.
Tracer.
This Tracer's like the only shining light for them. Grab. He's out of mech.
Rondo! Grab! Where's our Grab, Rondo?
The Blizzard was bad too.
Where's the Grab? Rondo!
He's afraid to use it. Grape used his ult. He would have been like halfway to another one by now.
Rondo? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's high charge as fuck. And then he died.
Lyris is like trying to drain Baby Diva instead of keeping up the main DPS.
Main DPS being Rondo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although he definitely should have used his ult.
Yeah. They might still have this, even without the grab.
I don't know. Bagel's gonna die here, I feel. So they won't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Alright, they'll initiate with beat. They'll come in with Grav now that team has verbalized the plan.
Hopefully.
Because you know now they press tab and like, oh, we have Grav and beat. Let's just fucking go. Will this barrage change
I
that?
freaking hope so.
Will a good pulse bomb on the side prevent this?
They're scared of that Tracer.
Yeah. Alright, he
Well.
missed. They're just giving you point. Just walk on a point.
Go. Press W. There you go, Rondo. Oh no, boat. You should have ulted on the way in.
Yeah, it was gonna be last fight anyway. Doesn't seem to matter.
Alright, that's sorries. Poor Tracer.
Executed with
Waiting for
extreme
her.
prejudice. Holy shit.
That's like when
That's
the
Tracist.
Reinhardt. That's when the Reinhardt's frigging say slam just for Genji ults too. They're just like, fuck you Genji, I'm turning around and ulting just you.
Yeah, Taeyeon would do that shit all the time.
Yeah, he did.
When it worked, it was nice. When it didn't, it was like, oh, Jesus.
I wonder if Lakota's gonna reach out to be money or if I have to. Just be like, yo, you're playing tomorrow. You're on the team. Has Lakota said anything?
I don't know, he's been out with the GF as far as I can tell.
Alright, fuck it, I'll tell B Money after this.
I don't think Lakota's said his piece.
I don't care at this point because Gray.
I mean, I understand you don't.
Desires.
I understand you don't really care, but like, he'll probably get mad if you say if something is said to be money without his input, regardless of how the votes stack. Don't you feel?
Probably. But I feel like Bray's desire for synergy is more,
Important. Yeah.
yeah. Like, if he synergizes with me running better, but...
How does Bagel die there? He has
I don't
triple
know.
support. They're running fucking Winston, who tickles him. They're running a Widow, who just can't... I don't understand.
Ult already. Oh man, freaking Saba got ult twice in like one fight when I was watching earlier as Winston. And then Solitude still lost point.
Whatever. Rondo just carried that then.
Yeah. He's lit right now.
Any damage on Bagel is damage not on Rondo. Alright, they're holding close, they get to hold close, so enemy team just comes out top instead of that fucking choke. They're still running the Widow, which doesn't really have a good person to hit.
We did play every map type, right?
Yeah, we only played one 2CP. I would have loved to see another 2CP, honestly. So I think that's what Team 40 needs work on the most. Huge initiation. That's so good.
I can't fucking get a good angle.
We used Coalescence and we used Grav. Yeah, that's perfect.
Now we have Visor, Lucio, Bagel, sorry.
I might see if we...
should, we should tell them to focus on 2CP next time.
Yeah. After watching this, it's consistently Hanamura they have problems with, but like... I don't think their plan for the rest of them is that different either. So right now they're looking to use maybe another 2 ults like Sorry and Slam to get Rondo back his Grav.
Nope. Not ideal.
Seems fine. Just use a support ult. You have 3 of them. Like you can use them every fight if you wanted to.
Grab got killed. Well,
Get the
okay.
point, you
Come on,
fucks.
point.
Okay.
Oh come on,
Whatever.
dudes.
Whatever. They're winning the fight. They'll give up like 10% if they're clean. It'll be basically the same thing. No one die to that, please. Ends up being 15%. Whatever.
At least they managed to knock the,
And now the Reaper is staggered. Now they can push into their fucking spawn. They can just grab whoever they see here. Doesn't matter. I would consider just grabbing the ceiling so they just can't get out. You take the upstairs and the downstairs at the same time. They're split as fuck. Bagel's like in the middle of nowhere. Laris has the right idea. Just use ults. It's good grab. It's not a good shatter. Bagel's swinging on no one.
I think Bagel is worried about this Reaper having ults, probably.
Yeah. He was close to it.
Yeah. Slow motion.
Alright, that was just Team 40 ult cycling. That was pretty good.
Yeah, they did a decent job with that.
They were initiating before and then they were collecting ult charge for the rest. They did give up point once, but they won the fight, so they still retained control of the map.
Are they running Pharmacy? Okay. With a Widow. It's pretty standard.
They're running both, it seems. That's weird.
5, 4,
But if Solitude doesn't have any heroes that can contest the Widow on a flank,
Interesting. They're not running Dive.
yeah.
That's
They're like, I saw Brigitte, and it's just going to be good. Alright, they're going White Room. So Bagel and his tank should just play this side of the point and just wait for the Pharah to, like, poke him out. They lost position. You saw them not coming bridge. You know they have to be coming from the other way. Instead, now they have position on point even though they're down a member. Okay, never mind. It's not gonna matter. Caribou's dead. Yeah.
Oh, come on, Bagel. There we go. Cap, please.
Bagel fucked that up, but like, Solitude misplayed that hard. Or, Rather, Grape got the opening pick, so it didn't matter.
Bagel.
Bagel, 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 bagel.
Anxiety.
They now have a Widow on the enemy team. Sorry already has... Yeah, Sorry has a good angle. Or, enemy Widow has a good angle. But Walls is gonna undo all of that. They're going this way, which is hell against an enemy Pharah. This barrage should be all they need. Can we push them? Do we want to push them in there?
They're
Yeah,
down.
probably not. Oh, Grape is
Oh,
just
Grape.
going to suicide.
Grape.
But if they win
That
the
is-
fight, Lyris gets a free res.
Oh,
That's
goodness.
embarrassing.
Yeah. That Lucia should have been able to boop her. My angle on this is awful because I didn't feel like trying to get in that room because it's a pain
Yeah.
to navigate.
I don't. So like that worked. At the same time, if enemy team had like any reaction whatsoever, like their Reinhardt
It
just
did not.
shields the barrage and she dies to her own barrage.
Yeah.
Or if that diva was there, was the diva just not there?
I don't remember. I thought they were all in that room except
Bagel,
Widow,
get on
because the
point.
Widow had
Stay
died.
on your side of point.
Pointo, Bagel.
Pointo.
Pointo.
Oh my god, he's outside. So Rondo makes like
Rondo,
a decent decision, and now they hard commit with a couple ults. How does that get Mercy?
And then Mercy somehow died. And now Rondo loses back again.
Grape has another ult. Okay.
Pretty good ult build by Grape.
Solitude might need to grab here. They got both supports, that's huge.
Yeah, really good for Solitude, but I don't know
Is
if
it
that's
enough? The Widow's doing kind of work. Got like an opening pick or two
When
against
did
enemy
the-
Widow.
How did the... Oh, they got... Yeah.
Swing, enemy Ryan, swing. Do something.
We're charged
Oh
up.
Jesus. Okay.
That's... I didn't
Rondo
know you
should
could
just
do
like
that.
go back and be like, thanks, see you. Alright. That's unfortunate. T40's gonna win this.
Yeah, they got the body some point.
The Widow stopped being effective on point, so their advantage didn't mean much. They had no damage otherwise.
You want to sit in here and talk to the other team for a bit?
Yeah, sure. You mean Solitude?
Yeah. Just give some feedback. I'm gonna leave that to you because you know what you're talking about better.
Yeah, let me think on that. So how should I best communicate with them, I guess?
They said we can use match chat.
Okay. Which one is that match chat? There it is.
I didn't know there was a match voice chat.
Doesn't seem to be auto-joining me. Do you want to just, I don't know.
Hold on.
Maybe if you put me on the enemy team, it'll match chat me. Maybe not from spectators.
Whoops.
No, it's not working.
Can you not join Red Team Voice?
Hold on.
Oh, match chat is that?
Well, there's one person here in team.
They're coming.
Okay.
I have enabled match chat, whatever that is, but I still don't know how that works.
Or did they go to match chat?
I don't know. Match chat wasn't really working out for me.
No, sorry.
It's something I had disabled, so I've enabled
All right.
it, but I don't understand
Fuzzbug
it.
said that she enabled match chat. I think everyone can join match chat.
Okay, let's go
Okay,
there now.
so let's try that. Test 1, 2.
I have no clue if I'm hearing you in Discord or in match chat.
There we go.
Alright, looks like Spoon joined.
All right, so I have 6 people here in match chat. I think we're missing 1, maybe.
I don't think I'm gonna join
Looks
it.
like
'cause
the dude
don't
in
know
Wylot. I
how,
wouldn't
and
worry about it
don't
too
care
much.
enough
Dude just
right
got.
now.
Sure if Wylot will join or not.
Okay. So one of the big things I noticed from you guys is that a lot of your compositions were sort of contradictory. On occasions, you'd be running a Winston without like a diva. So like the Winston would jump in alone, and he wasn't getting as punished, perhaps as hard as he could, but without either follow-up DPS, like a Tracer or a Genji or a diva to assist him, he should be very ineffective in that regard. I noticed you guys took it like a very heavy favor for Mei, particularly on like the later maps. Do you guys just have like a Mei one trick you guys employ?
Honestly, that was more of a me testing her out with our comps in a sense.
Yeah, it seemed to work like decently enough. Like the ultimates weren't as good, but you were getting like some really good freezes on people and getting to single them out.
But thank you.
What really seemed, yeah. Fuzz, can you still hear me?
I can hear
Yes.
you on Discord.
Can
You're
you
not Fuzz.
move the last spectator over to #40? Sorry, I'm talking to her in Discord with the same push to talk. So your plan on Hanamura was probably your best. You had some really good setups there that Team 40 really struggled with. You had like soldiers on the high ground. Your attack run distracted them long enough for them to like C9. You really took them by surprise when you all went like coast side to jump, like 4 of you, and then the diva went top to like run a distraction and scout. And then they stayed on high ground, and as they came down, you killed them individually. That was pretty good. I would like to see more target focus like that. Early on, you were running, what was it? It was like Doomfist on King's Row, who he was getting like good flank positions because enemy team wasn't scouting for him and just kind of like lost track for him. Unfortunately, every time he showed himself, he ended up dying before the fight started. It's when you're playing like a flanking position like that, you have to be careful to let your tanks initiate first and create the space, and then you can come in from your flanking position. I noticed that on control center, your tracer, which I think is Laze or Laze, I'm not sure how you pronounce it.
Lays.
So Laze was doing work. Against a better team, though, blinking into their team without the enemy team properly distracting them could prove problematic, and you'll be forced to burn a lot of resources to like escape. You seem to be playing packs in their enemy lines pretty well. But it would have been more beneficial to wait for your tanks to actually take the space, and then distract their backline. You did it well a couple times, and your flanks were like pretty good. But there were a couple times I noticed where like your tanks weren't on point contesting, and you were in the middle, like 3 of them just like blinking around. They weren't able to punish you. So like if it'll work, it'll keep working for you. Eventually, though, someone's going to catch you out.
Right.
Overall, from both teams, like it's always comes down to like target focus and communication. I don't know how often you guys were considering what ults they had. Who is? Can you guys speak to the like target and ult tracking on your team?
We actually don't have ult tracking is one of the things that we haven't started working on yet. I tend to do
Okay.
a lot of fire. Obviously, I was sitting out the last few games.
Do you have any inclination on where to start with ult tracking?
No, feedback on that would be great.
Okay. Probably the easiest way to do it is, you don't have to track every ult to start with, but like if you know the big ones are generally the DPS ults. Let's say you're both running dive. Tracking tracer bomb is really difficult. In that a good tracer can build it literally every fight, and there's not too much you can do to play around it. But knowing enemy Genji Blade and both of their support ults are pretty big. So what you can do is have each player keep track of their counterpart on the enemy team. So for example, on like King's Row, have your Zarya keep track of their Zarya's charge, and you can measure it against yourself. So if like your Zarya goes down early, and their Zarya stays up, and your Zarya has 30% to Graviton, you know their Zarya has to have a higher percentage.
Yeah,
so,
that's great.
So their Zarya will be closer to like maybe 60% if your Zarya died really early and their Zarya was charged and was able to clean you up. Or if that Zarya just carried that fight entirely, they'll have Grav next fight. And so you go in with a dry fight to just like prevent or to force them to use Grav, and then you can take the fight afterwards, if you have time to, of course. So in the Rhine battles, since you're facing each other, you probably have a good indication of how often he's been swinging, how many fire strikes he's landed through you. That's the sort of thing like a Reinhardt versus a Reinhardt can track. The DPS might, be in a good position to figure that out. And you can always help each other out. So if your DPS is like, I don't think their soldier has ult, but your DPS like died early and probably didn't see it, and later in the fight, their soldier on high ground like carried that fight, be like, oh, he's actually has like more ult charge than you because he was shooting the shit out of me, and I like fed him a bunch of ult charge as I was trying to get away last fight. So if you track your counterparts and then come together as a team in between fights to like discuss it real quick and just give like an approximation based off your own ult charge and your own performance relative to what you think they have, you should come pretty close, and eventually someone on your team will just be tracking the important ones. Like you don't really need to care so much about like Winston ult isn't too important unless you're going to focus a Winston who has ult. Diva remech is sometimes a liability. But like the big ones like Genji Blade, Graviton Surge, Shatter, Transcendence, those are the ones you should be looking for every fight.
No, that's awesome feedback. We love doing the scrims against teams like you guys and getting that feedback.
If you end up watching this VOD, you'll see, particularly on Hanamura, Team 40 wasn't making progress at all unless they pressed Q with like 4 different characters. That's something we need to personally work on. We spend a lot of time over ulting a fight or saving our ultimates when we had like a carry opportunity. You guys did a good job setting your soldier up on high ground on the Hanamura attack, and kind of denied from them. I wasn't really understanding the Reaper pick at points, since Hanamura is very high ground focused. But if you look at the third person view, we'll be commenting like the entire match, mostly from the Team 40 perspective to see what they were doing. Interestingly, it was kind of you guys were getting out mechanicked early on, and then you guys started to come together as the matches went on. You guys seemed to find like your own rhythm.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, part of that might be we've got 2 trials with us that are brand new tonight, so we have at least one of them in for each game. So there's a little bit of feeling each other out phase going on here too. But Let me open it up to my guys. Did anyone on my team have any specific observations that we can give to Spoon to take back to his guys?
I noticed a decent amount of time that like they wouldn't have made progress had Sorry on Widow not gotten picks to start the fight or to clean up the fight. Like at a certain point, a DPS can just go off and just invalidate whatever strategy you're going to put forth, which is just kind of the reality of this game. But
Then I'm gonna go later.
I can give you a little bit of perspective from my end. I didn't feel super pressured. I was playing Zen mostly while I was in. I didn't feel super pressured as a Zen. But when I was playing on Mercy, I did notice that your diva was definitely right up my butt. So I thought that the diva play was really good. Mercy.
yeah, Rondo was, I think, diva for the later stages of the game, or later stages of the matches. But for early on, I think it's Dirty Rez who was only in for half of it. I noticed early on that their tank line was split a lot. If you guys stay together and call that shit and just follow your own Discord, if you're running Discord, or peel back for your supports, like that's a free 750 ult charge for you. If you can get that diva mech by herself. If you don't have someone who designates your target calling, find someone who works for you, and just follow them. If no one is doing it, then calling out your discords and following whoever is discorded will do you wonders, and you can worry about whether that person or that target should be targeted later. But just getting everyone to shoot one target will just absolutely like reduce the time to kill to amazing amounts.
Yep. I do have a little follow-on question to that. We have been working on Focus Fire.
It's very difficult. It's very
difficult. I'm wondering if do you guys have any specific drills that you run that you'd be willing to share?
I know that what was recommended to us that we don't unfortunately follow up on too much is you get your 6 people in a team and you basically play against 3 real people and 3 bots, and you just have like the 3 real people just kind of like peel for each other. And you're just like, we're gonna dive the Zen every single time, and you see how long that Zen survives despite everyone peeling for them. It's not fun. I don't really know how much it works. I think it just comes to clearing your comms of really bad clutter. So like your communication should generally be one person who's strategic shot caller, who's saying, we're going to go left, we're going to use these ultimates, here's our team composition, here's how we're playing the map. If you already have an idea of how the team is going to play the map, you can discuss that like before you load in. And so that's ideal, but once the team fight happens, the target caller is the one who will designate who everyone is focus firing. To that regard, the other 4 or 5 people are going to call out important cooldowns from the enemy team. So like if any cooldown that changes the way you play a 1v1 is important. So like if Zarya doesn't have her personal bubble, that's important to know. If Hog doesn't have his breather, like his heal or his hook, those are both important to know. If Ana doesn't have sleep or what is that, piss jar, anti-nade, then she is so much easier to kill. Like if you have a tracer who knows that an Ana doesn't have either of her cooldowns, she just doesn't have to even use blinks to like dodge any of them and can just one clip her, you know? These are important things that the shot caller should know, so they can appropriate the right targets. But like I don't need to hear, damn, I can't believe he got that lucky shot. I don't need to hear I don't need to hear I'm on Reinhardt if Reinhardt is just like not in danger of dying at all and you're a Winston and you're just like tickling him through his armor, you know? Just making sure the comms are like clear and concise, and so that important information is being conveyed and non-important information is just like kind of kept to yourself. That will help the target caller both like read the situation in general and make sure that everyone hears him or her and is on the same target. So it's not something you can. It's hard to give advice for, other than you just kind of have to drill it. And if people aren't listening, you have to just call them out on it. You know.
Yep.
It's going to take a lot of reps, either in scrims or quick play or competitive, for you to like find someone you're comfortable with and find a rhythm you're comfortable with.
Hey, one question, if you don't mind.
Yeah, what's up?
I noticed there was a time, I think it was me and Glam were calling a target, and it was the wrong target. What is like the best way to call the correct targets that your entire team can pounce on and take them out?
Okay, so I'm going to preface this with, it is better for the entire team to be on the wrong target than half the team to be on like the right target and half the team to be on the wrong target. Following the target call is just that important. However, in order to learn who's the right target, you just kind of need to do VOD review, or just grind a bunch of situations and have your target caller like sort of learn them. You can follow like what constitutes a good dive target, which is generally first. What is it? It's like you can dive literally any character in this game. Like even if a hog is just sitting there and he has breather up and hook up, you can jump him with 6 of your members and he will die. Your goal is just to like burn resources from him. So in the dive matchups, who you want to dive is dependent on their positioning, their cooldowns, and their ability to survive. So like, a good person to focus is someone who doesn't have cooldowns, right? If a diva has launched herself into your team, she's free. And also like, okay. So if a target can't be peeled for, you just like start to form like a hierarchy in your mind of like really good targets. If you have Ana, anti-nade on anyone is like fantastic because they can't be saved. Killing someone before they get their important cooldown back, like Tracer Recall or Genji Dash or Hog Heal, killing them before they get a second rotation of that is really important. I noticed on Blizzworld Attack, your Mercy rezzed 2 people in the opening fight on first point, which if Team 40 was paying attention, they kill her the first one, and then the fight doesn't last long enough for a second one. So that was like good on you guys to get through that. As for, you see how like I'm kind of rambling here. I realize
No,
it's
it's
not
fine, man.
properly answering your question. If you're running shield versus shield, a lot of the time the most important thing is making sure the enemy shield is at a disadvantage to you. So if you're running Rhine into Rhine, the real focus there is the Zarya charge, because the Zarya charge will dictate how much shield pressure is on the enemy Rhine. And if the enemy Rhine shield goes down before yours, suddenly you can dictate the entire pace of the fight. They don't have nowhere to hide. They're forced to play off of point because you have entire control. For a dive, though, generally you're looking for a hero that can be quickly killed, like a mispositioned Zenyatta, an Ana, a McCree, a soldier. And if there's no one good to dive, like say the enemy team is running like a Pharmacy with a Lucio, Winston, Diva, Tracer, like a typical Pharmacy dive composition, there's no one good to dive. So instead you have to wait for them to burn cooldowns and then dive the person and focus the person who's vulnerable. So you'll see a lot of times, pro teams, they'll run like Soldier with Mercy and Zenyatta in a dive composition with Winston and Diva. And so what they do is their tanks push up and take space, like the Winston and Diva on their team will push up and like start contesting point, but they won't use their jumps. And so their goal instead is when they get low, they can jump back to their Mercy who's sitting with their Soldier and Zenyatta. Or if their Soldier and Zenyatta and Mercy get jumped by the enemy Winston, they can then 6-man that Winston and burst him down. So the team, instead of relying on a particular positioning or a particular hero to dive, it's entirely cooldown dependent. And that's why the other people who aren't the target caller need to be constantly supplying them with that information so that call can be made. Does that help at all? There's like a lot of things you can say on the subject. It's really going to be sort of like case by case basis. Reviewing VODs from like a third person perspective, like Fuzzbug was recording, will help you see like the positioning of people. I know a few points on Ilios. I don't know if it's not Gardens. Might be City Center. The one with the cars on the outside. You had like a hit scan on high ground, which is like a fantastic place for him. I think you had a Mercy who was able to freely jump from low ground to high ground, but your Zenyatta in particular was really, really aggressive. Team 40 didn't jump him until I think like the last fight. But even though he was in the middle of the team, since the Mercy was away and he had no clear path of retreat, he would have made an excellent target for the enemy team to jump. And you don't really get the sense of that from the first person view unless the team is punishing it, but from a third person view you can sort of see like, oh, he really had nowhere to go and he was in range of like the Winston and the D.Va and the Tracer within like a movement ability or two. So that's something.
That was my big takeaway from this.
Yeah, it's like retreat paths are super important. I know our soldier threw on Hanamura because he decided to stay up and fight a D.Va instead of dropping down when pressured by like the D.Va Winston, which almost cost them a fight. It might have cost them like the tick and a half on the opening. Not really sure. But just making sure you have a clear path of retreat and recognizing when the enemy does not have like a really readily way out will help you with your target selection.
Yeah, that's great stuff. Are you coach for 40 or you play on 40?
I used to play for 40, and then I sort of got like my SR isn't terribly high, but I found a team with a higher SR that I decided to join, and so I go back and review VODs for them when they ask.
That's great. Well, cool. I think this was really fun. I don't think Fuzz is in match chat, so I don't think he. But let them know. We would love to scrim you guys again
Okay,
in the future.
yeah.
I think we had a blast scrimming you guys. The
Yeah, man, it was
feedback
fun.
afterward was great.
Yeah, good
and,
games.
Yeah, good stuff.
GG's, guys. Have a good night.
Thanks, man. Have a good one.
Have a good one.